After finishing up all of the modifications on the exterior, also doing a lot of the body and paint work, I set that aside for a little bit and moved on to the interior. But to spruce that up a little bit, I needed to do some 3D printing. I needed a new steering wheel and also a NOS bottle, so I went to Decals 3D, searched for some of these files, and found a page called Street Tuner 124. I downloaded the files, 3D printed them with my Elegoo Mars 3 at a 0.01 layer height, and then needed to do a little bit of work on the NOS bottle itself, as the graphics aren't really as smooth and crisp as I wanted them to be. I think the poly count, or that's supposed to be called, I believe, was a bit off and a bit low, meaning that it wasn't as sharp of a print as it needed to be. The steering wheel, on the other hand, was perfectly fine, just needed to be cleaned up from all of the sprues and supports and sanded up a little bit. Then I primed all of the parts with Tamiya liquid surface primer, started painting most of them black, and also the NOS bottle was finished with a monochrome finish. The base and dashboard of the interior were also painted black. I let that cure for a bit and then carefully masked them off to paint the centerpiece on the center console and also the centerpiece on the dashboard in a matching gray color to the exterior, which I custom mixed with various different tones of gray from Zero Paints. The center section of the steering wheel was painted in a flat black, and then the outer hoop with the leather on it supposedly was painted with a NATO black, just to give it a little bit of a different tone. Now that didn't really work out as planned, as you can barely even see the difference, but nonetheless I gave it a shot. In order to then glue down the flocking, I made a mixture of Vallejo black, added some paint retarder in there to slow the drying process down and keep it tacky as long as possible, and also added a bit of thinner to make it smooth and brush out a little bit easier. I then applied the flocking on top of it, removed all of the excess flocking, and moved on to all of the different sections that needed to have the carpeted look on there. The reference photos I found online for the interior were a bit all over the place. I just decided to follow ones that I figured looked as close to the original car as possible. There were many cars used in this movie with different interiors, different modifications, all supposedly having the same look, but you know how it goes with movie cars. There's 9 different cars of the exact same one, and not all of them look the same, so I just mixed and matched what I figured would be the perfect combination to replicate the car itself. And therefore I had to add some buttons here and there. I just used some red paint, and also of course painted the rest of the interior with some silver and also some black highlights here and there, and a super fine and steady brush. With all of the painted details now completed, I could move on to adding a couple of decals. Now somehow these were completely dried out and really easily were damaged, so not all of them were perfect, but at least they look good enough on the interior, as most of it will be hidden. Once those were applied and also conformed to shape and completely cured, I moved on to assembling all of the parts together with some super glue. The stock seats of the 350Z were not used. Instead, I used these that came with the Decalshop upgrade set for both the in and exterior to match the movie car better. These were simply just glued in place after I had painted them black, and I could then move on to installing the NOS bottle that I custom 3D printed. And then after that, I decided not to add seat belts. Now, most of you will probably start screaming at your computers, your tablets, or whatever you're watching this on, why I didn't do it. I simply didn't feel like it. The exterior side of this build pretty much burnt out all the fun that I had here, and I kind of wanted to finish it off. And since doing seat belts absolutely sucks, it takes a lot of time, I didn't feel like doing it, so I simply just finished off the interior here with a lot of the key components installed and moved on to the chassis. The main chassis itself was simply just painted black, and I will be adding the details on later with a brush. For the calipers themselves, I painted the discs silver and the calipers too, and then masked off the discs themselves in order to put down a layer of metallic gold from Zero Paints or titanium gold, let that cure, and then applied a couple coats of candy gold pearl on top of it to match the stock Nissan caliper color that is used on this specific car. Once that was completed, I could unmask it all and start detailing the chassis. So apart from the exhaust muffler and exhaust tips and also the disc brakes themselves, the chassis is pretty much one big piece. All of the details are molded in and therefore need to be painted very carefully. I'm deciding to do this with a brush, as that is a simple, quick and dirty technique and looks good enough. You could also just start masking this off until your fingers fall off and then carefully apply a couple coats with an airbrush. I don't feel like doing that, as the brushing technique and a little bit of weathering looks pretty good in the end, and it's not really worth the time, in my opinion, for something that is put on the underside of the model and will probably never be seen aside from you guys seeing it in the video right here. So once all of the silver had been applied, I let that cure for a bit and could move on to weathering it and bringing it to life a bit more. So I just took out various different colors of Tamiya Panelline accent color and went to town. The transmission case was done with black, some parts of the exhaust were done with a light brown, and to highlight a couple of other pieces and differentiate the colors and rust development of sorts on the exhaust itself, I used some darker brown here and there too. The final bit of weathering has been completed, so I let that dry for a bit and then could move on to the final assembly of the chassis, which wasn't really all that much, as there isn't really all that many parts. So those were simply just glued together one by one, and I could then finish it off by adding some decals to the caliper with a nice red Brembo logo and putting the interior on here too and finishing this assembly off. Now I decided not to add seat belts. I know that most of you will probably